deliver his punch and not let him get set for his punch, or you have to be able to go in and bang with him and get his respect, as Holmes, in fact, did in round 2, so that Cooney can't just walk in. Eddie Gregg doesn't have the ability to move and box, and he doesn't have the power to bang and get Gerry's attention in close, so I really don't see a realistic chance that he can win.
But to me, I would think that movement may be the more important of everything, especially in the early going, don't you think?
And yet when Eddie Gregg talked to us before the fight yesterday, he said he's going right after Gerry Cooney. He thinks that Cooney's been inactive, and he thinks that he gets his attention, makes him bleed a little bit, makes him swell up a little bit, that he can win the fight.
Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see. Gerry Cooney in another comeback against Eddie Gregg. We'll have the fight for you in just a moment. Your tail of the tape. I think the age is significant, particularly for Eddie Gregg. It could be the turn in the road for him here if he either wins or loses. Doesn't matter. The 10 pounds in weight, I think at this level, 10 pounds doesn't make that much difference. The height, as you can see, these are two of the bigger fellows around, and the edge of 1.5 inches is also negligible for Cooney. As I said just a moment ago, I've got to believe that mobility on the part of Gregg will be very, very important. Some boxing ability. If he lets Gerry Cooney set himself, plant himself, and Cooney nails him with a left hook, he's gone.
The other thing to watch for early, Keith, is how Eddie Gregg carries his right hand. He has a tendency when he's punching to be wide open. There he goes right after him like he said he would, at least for the first tentative punch. Took a good jab from Cooney.
All right, we're fighting in California Athletic Commission rules as Cooney hooks him hard to the body. Scoring is by the referee and 2 judges on a 10-point must system. Cooney missed with that big wing and left hook. 3 knockdown rule is not in effect. There is no standing 8 count, but a mandatory 8 count is in effect. Cooney threw a short, sharp right hand, hooks with the left. Gregg is winging away with him, and I think Cooney shook him up with that left hook just a moment ago. There's another left hook thrown by Cooney. He's a little wild inside. But Gregg is good as his word. He told Alex Wallow yesterday, I'm going to go right at him, and now he has been hurt. He is in trouble. His knees are wobbling, and Eddie Gregg has got a problem, though he did pop that left hand into Gerry Cooney's face. Gregg is shaken.
He just doesn't have the power to stand there and trade with Gerry Cooney. And right now, he doesn't have the mobility to move anymore. Right now, it just looks like a matter of time, Keith.
Legs are almost gone for Eddie Gregg, it would appear. There's a hard uppercut, and down goes Eddie Gregg in the first round, and I don't think he's going to get up with any authority. He may not get up at all. It was a powerhouse left hook, flush on the jaw. Rudy Ortega, the referee, waves his arms, and this fight is over. Of the first round, Gerry Cooney is now 28-1.
Inside left hook there by Cooney. Eddie Gregg is just standing there and taking punches. He tried to intimidate Cooney, but he hit him a couple of times, but he just didn't do any damage. You saw the Gregg jab right there, but Gerry walked through it and continued to punch. I think the left uppercut was a better punch from Cooney in this fight than I've seen it recently. I haven't seen anything of Cooney recently, but in this fight, he showed us a left uppercut, which is a little bit different for him.
There was a left hook to the body early on. There was a left hook to the side of the head, and from that point on, I thought Eddie Gregg was in trouble. His legs were stiff, and then it, as you said, became a matter of time, and the left hook was right on the button, and the fight was over. I don't think Eddie Gregg was in any position to continue the fight. I think Rudy Ortega made the only decision he could make.
There's the Cooney left to the body, and that had to take some of Eddie's legs away, his ability, if he wanted to get out of danger right now. I'm not sure he can.
I think he's locked in that position. You see, there's nothing in the legs. The legs are long gone. And it was that left hook to the body followed by a left hook to the head, and the fight was over. From that point, it was just a matter of time. So we'll be joining some of the action from the World Amateur Boxing Tournament, which was held a couple of weeks ago up in Reno. We'll also talk with Gerry Cooney and return with more of ABC's Wide World of Sports after this word from our local station.
Gerry, was it as easy as it looked, Gerry?
Well, it's in real good shape. We've been training hard. We've been hearing a lot from the press and things, and we just stick to our fight plan and get in shape, keep working hard, and we're very successful today. I went to plan to listen to what Victor said, set him up, be careful from coming out. If I see the opening, just throw short punches, and that's just what I did.
Were you surprised that he came right after you in the first round?
Well, I felt a little bit rusty in the early going. Yeah, I figured he was going to come at me and open up at me, but I was prepared for him. Victor taught me very well. We have a great team here, and we're still working, and we still want to get the title.
Gerry, we're going to take a look at round one from the opening bell. If you look down at this monitor,